All right. Good morning, everyone. I've got 9 o'clock, so we'll get this meeting started. Today is August 24th. This is your 9 a.m. regular edition of Lavaca County Commissioners Court. And with that, we'll start with the roll call. Precinct 1. Here. Precinct 2 is running late. Precinct 3.
Present.
Precinct 4.
Present.
And the judge is here, so there's 4 out of 5 of us here present and accounted for. We can continue. And Mr. Faircloth will join us when he gets here. So if you'll stand for our invocation, please. Our most Heavenly Father, thank you for life, liberty, and for living here on this earth that you created for us, Lord. We just ask for your blessing over these proceedings today. We ask you to proceed over our budget process as we try to approve a budget and a tax rate by September 15th. Lord, we just ask that everyone's respectful of the process and the reasons why we have to do what we have to do to serve your people, Lord, here in Lavaca County. And we ask for these blessings in your most gracious heavenly name. Amen.
Amen.
Now our flags. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Honor and the flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, one faith under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Good morning again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here, whether you're present here in the courtroom or joining us live or watching this broadcast at some other time. We're appreciative that you're paying attention to what we're doing. The agenda goes out, and sometimes we don't have the order right, but we're going to try to stick to the order the best we can today. So with that, do we have any public announcements? Anyone want to speak from the public? No one today. I know the Republican Party's here today. They're going to have an agenda item. Ms. Lorena, you want to say something?
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Good morning, everybody. I'm Lorena Cognac, and I just want to make the announcement that Great State Republicans is going to have our meeting next Monday, and Senator Lois Kolkhorst will be our speaker. So we're very excited to have the lightning rod come to Hallettsville. Also, we have our Great State Republican meal. If you haven't purchased tickets, today's the deadline. But anyway, we hope to see y'all there. Thank you.
Okay. While you're at the podium, I'm not sure. Is Sheriff Draper here?
Yes.
Can we announce about the public speaker? I mean, the Speaker of the House is coming. Can we announce that the
Speaker,
Speaker? Okay.
So House Speaker Mike Johnson is going to be in Sinton. Is it September 9th? Yes.
8:30 in the morning. So he's got a full schedule that day.
That's an early morning, but to have House Speaker in Texas is pretty remarkable. So, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So is that something we can put out on social media?
Yes, I have been.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We'll be speaking.
Thank you.
Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, is coming to Texas. He'll be here the 27th at 8:30 in the morning in Sinton for. I think it's a rally, but he will be here. Just making that announcement. Okay. Anything else? Any going once, going twice? Hearing nothing else for public comments, we will move on. Number 2, discuss and or propose the tax rate and set meeting and public hearing dates for September 15th, 2026 at 9 a.m. The budget went out. We published that budget on August the 14th in the county clerk's office, so that is now public and live. I'm going to read you an address or just my state of the county address here in just a minute. So I'm going to make a proposal that we go to the no new revenue tax rate for this fiscal year. That's going to be a total rate of 0.6041. And I'm going to also propose that we set our public hearing dates for September the 15th at 9 a.m. And we'll have those public hearings on the tax rate and the budget prior to Commissioners Court on the September 15th. So that is my motion.
Second.
Got a motion from the judge, seconded by Precinct 1, to set the total tax rate at 0.6041. Do we have that in a, they're still working on my computer. Broken down, how does 6 point?
Is it the 14th or 15th?
15th is gonna be Tuesday.
Okay.
15th is gonna be Tuesday.
Okay, I got it.
Do we have that broken down, how 0.6041 breaks down?
Yes.
Okay, can you read that for us? 0.4905. Okay. Okay, so those rates that we're proposing is no new revenue tax rate, at 0.4905 for general fund and 0.1136 in the FMR. Okay. And again, I'll explain more of that, why we're going to that no new revenue rate when we get here in a minute, but that's the proposal. We got a motion from the judge, seconded by, Precinct 1, and to set those rates and also to move our public hearings for both the tax rate and the budget for September 15th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say aye. Motion passes. Let's do a show of hands. And this, again, we're just proposing the rate right now. So let the record reflect that it was a 1, 3, 4, and the judge said yes, and Mr. Faircloth is not present today. But this is just a proposal rate, and now we'll go through the public hearing process. That won't be adopted or voted on until the 15th. Okay. Motion passes. So we'll move on to item 3. Item 3 is basically it's a 3-page document that I write every year that kind of illustrates why we're moving to a tax rate, why we're doing what we're doing with the budget and the reserves, and kind of the state of the county as far as the way I see it. Now, the way I see it may not be how Precinct 3 sees it, or Precinct 4, or anyone else, but this is the way I see it. Y'all have, after we read this into the minutes, you'll have some time to debate this or to contest it if you want to. All right, so this is the 2026 State of the County and Budget Address by Lavaca County Judge Keith Mudd. This will be released to Lavaca County officials and for immediate public release upon the reading into the minutes. The proposed budget for Lavaca County was posted with the county clerk on August 14th, 2026, and I am proposing that we adopt the no new revenue tax rate at 0.6041 for the upcoming fiscal year. This proposed rate will generate approximately $1.195 million in additional tax revenue due to the new taxable property being added to the tax rolls. Lavaca County has experienced steady growth through subdivisions and subdivided properties, and new tax revenues are derived from new home construction and oil and gas activities. Emergency call volumes for all first response units have steadily increased and is expected to keep increasing for at least the next several years. This year's proposed budget focuses on increasing funding to support our countywide emergency response departments and providing cost of living adjustments for all county personnel. One of the biggest difficulties in creating an annual budget and forecasting for the next 4 years is regarding the uncertainties of the state legislature and property tax legislation and unfunded mandates. Last year, the state passed House Bill 9, which gave businesses a major property tax deduction from $2,500 to $125,000. This massive adjustment for local businesses had a major cause and effect on nearly every taxing entity in the state. The state did not provide rural counties with any plan to offset this reduction in local tax revenue, yet we must still provide the same level of emergency, essential, and court-related services. The state has provided various grant programs that were seemingly built to offset local taxation, such as Senate Bill 22 for our sheriff, constables, and district attorneys' offices, and House Bill 3000 for rural ambulance services, but there are always caveats in the fine print. The biggest caveat is that if we accept state funds for these specific department programs, we cannot use these grant funds to offset or defund the department's existing budget. We need our state legislative body to better understand and be connected to the needs of rural counties, rural cities, school districts, and hospital districts. Legislation should be at least a two-way conversation with all concerned parties. A brief summary of the budget highlights, and this is in no particular order. This is just the order that I was brainstorming as I was writing this. So we start with the emergency medical service. This year's budget focuses on increasing salaries for all emergency medical service employees. Our EMS teams continue to lead the state in all areas of advanced emergency medical, trauma, and life-saving care. We have 7 ambulances stationed in Hallettsville, Moulton, and Shiner. We now carry whole blood on trucks, which has already saved many lives. We're on track to make 3,000 calls this year, and we expect 3,400 annual calls in the future. We are drafting plans for a larger Medic 1 and Medic 2 facility in Hallettsville, and we plan to completely remodel the Medic 5 building in Moulton. We have moved reserve funding into capital improvement accounts to begin construction this fall. Lavaca County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Stephen Greenwell has made huge improvements to active policing, patrolling, investigations, jail operations, and dispatch operations. Our 48-bed facility, our 48-bed jail facility is generally over capacity with overflow inmates being housed in surrounding counties. Sheriff Greenwell and his team have expanded the dispatch department inside of the sheriff's offices and installed 3 new state-of-the-art dispatch consoles. The jail has added extra jailers and transport deputies to handle the volume of inmates. Greenwell is adding supervisory staff at all levels to ensure safety and compliance. Greenwell, along with his Chief Deputy Carl Herbst and Captain Joshua Slavic, have been leading South Texas in many task force operations that will bring in new revenue to be utilized in this vital and growing department. Lavaca County Attorney and the District Attorney's Office. Lavaca County Attorney and District Attorney James Reeves has raised the bar for serving justice to any willing participant who violates the law. Mr. Reeves has added 2 assistant attorneys, Benjamin Gray and Matthew Jerkowski, to his prosecution staff to help move and resolve caseloads. Our caseloads in Lavaca County have almost tripled in the past year. This prosecution team is working more closely with local police departments, sheriff departments, state investigators, and special operations officers, and has put an extra emphasis on prosecuting sexual assaults, thefts, homicides, and illicit drug dealers. New judicial district formation for Lavaca and Colorado counties. The state passed Senate Bill 2878, which created the 492nd judicial district, consisting of Lavaca and Colorado counties. Governor Abbott will appoint the first judge to this new district later this year. The proposed budget accounts for monies needed to run the business side of the new 492nd district. District judges are paid by the state, but counties are responsible for staff, court reporters, and any departmental overhead expenses. The new judge will start hearing cases in January of 2027. Courthouse restoration and improvements. The courthouse is having its external doors removed and refurbished. Included in this process is reversing the swing of the original doors, installing new door jambs, new granite steps, refurbishing old granite steps, and preparing the doors to receive new hardware. In addition, we have been awarded grant funding from the Texas Historical Commission to reseal the basement moisture barrier, and we are currently working to replace the courthouse's HVAC system. Lavaca County is now 180 years old, and our beloved 1897 courthouse needs constant care and attention. Annex changes. We are awaiting TxDOT to start the Texana sidewalk project in front of the annex, and that will kick off our plans to expand and repair the front and the sides of the annex parking lot. We hope to gain a new driveway access to Dodge Street and improve our drive-through access for the tax office. We also hope to beautify the front of the annex building, including a covered drop-off point at the main entrance, new exterior lighting, and new flagpoles. We have moved money from reserves to capital improvement accounts to start this process. Lavaca County Fire Chiefs Association. Lavaca County does not have a taxpayer-funded emergency services district, also known as an ESD. So the court has been serving as the ESD to provide better funding to our 6 volunteer fire departments. This budget places an additional $400,000 in annual funding directly into the control of the Lavaca County Fire Chiefs Association so that chiefs can purchase the necessary equipment and fire apparatus to protect all firefighters and to protect our citizens' properties. Lavaca County Law Enforcement Committee. This committee consists of the sheriff and all 4 police chiefs in the county. The committee is charged with fighting crime and solving cases together while providing mutual aid to each other. This group has been influential in many areas, including fighting drug crimes, incorporating mental health professionals into situational police work, steering dispatch protocol discussions, and assisting Lavaca County Crime Stoppers in overhauling our anonymous tip and reward system. We are very proud of how these collective chiefs are working together to protect life, liberty, dignity, and property. Lavaca County Telecommunications Committee. This committee consists of countywide first responders who have been working behind the scenes to strengthen our telecommunications infrastructure. The committee provides oversight as to how all first responders and agencies communicate with each other and with dispatch, especially during an emergency or critical incident. The committee has worked with neighboring counties and law enforcement agencies to add tower sites across county lines for better interoperability and coverages, especially in our most remote locations. Commissioner precincts / road paving. And again, I didn't ask any commissioners what you thought about this. I printed it. The commissioners had a wet spring season, which tends to put major paving projects on hold. Wet springs place an increased burden on shredding ditches, brush clearing, making ditch and culvert repairs, and general county road maintenance. We have several bridges under major reconstruction and several grant-funded road construction projects that are set to kick off this fall. Commissioners and precinct foremen report having difficulties obtaining road materials as federal and state roadway construction projects often take precedence. Road monies have accumulated to a healthy level, and the county is in great financial shape in the road and bridge departments. Reserve funding. Great stewardship by all county officials and department heads has led to an increase in reserve funding. This slight increase is allowing us to move to the no new revenue rate to help alleviate the local tax burden. This year, we again made monetary increases to fire, EMS, deputies, dispatch, and jail departments, and moved monies into capital accounts for upcoming building projects. State pressure, unfunded mandates, taxpayer lobbying. The state legislature will reconvene next year, and we continue to see a constant battle with the state over local control. There's a movement to treat all counties the same, silence local taxing and regulatory authorities, and govern Texas from the state level. While national tax reform is welcome, there has been no solid workable plan presented to county governments from the state level as to how they will fund our county operations without a local property tax. For every decision that the state makes, there is a cause and effect impact, and this impact is often negative to local taxing entities. Salary changes. We have made minimal changes over the last several years to salaries. This year, I have proposed an across-the-board 6% salary increase to reflect previous years where we had no cost of living adjustments. Officials have not seen an increase in several years, so there was an across-the-board adjustment of $5,000 per official, with a few key positions receiving larger amounts to justify the increased workloads and burdens compared to surrounding counties in the same positions. Subdivisions, new growth. Subdivision activity remains steady. At present, we are aware of about 250 additional lots that will be seeking court approval within the year. We continue to approve subdivisions and exemptions in open court, but we do expect to revisit and simplify this process in the coming months. In summary, the above is just the highlighted reel of county activities as I see them. Each department, of course, has more changes and new activities that they can share. Each budget year is a challenge. This budget challenges each department head and official to do more with less. Steady taxation combined with steady county growth will lead us to a better place in the future. Sincerely, Keith Mudd, Lavaca County Judge. And that's the way I see it in 2026. So if anyone wants to add comments, you're welcome to. Ask questions or confirm or deny. Going once, going twice. If not, I'll
Sounds good.
okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the State of the County address as read into the minutes.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4 to accept the judge's 2026 State of the County address, including key proposed budget changes for 2026 through 2027 by County Judge Keith Mudd, and general follow-up discussion by the commissioners. So I had a motion for precinct 3, second by precinct 4. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right. Next item up. I think a lot of people are waiting for this one. Item number 4, acknowledge the certificate of replacement on the Republican Party ballot for precinct 2 Justice of the Peace. If anyone from the Republican Party wants to come forward? No, you've done a lot of work since we last met in this courtroom. If you would, introduce yourselves again and then explain what you.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
I'm Lorena Cognac with my other hat, the Lavaca County Republican Chair. So when we knew that we had to have a replacement for the ballot for Precinct 2 Justice of the Peace, the Secretary of State gave us our direction, and the first thing was to form the Precinct 2 Executive Committee. Precinct 2 precinct chairs are here, Paul Yamrick, Liz Koba, and Donna Perez, and they were to form their own committee, of which Paul Yamrick was named the chair. They've done an awesome job. They were very organized, very thoughtful, and I'm going to let them take, I'm just very proud of them.
Thank you, Lorena. Judge and commissioners, with the three of us, we had 15 people interested in the position for this vacancy and nomination. 2 of them did not fill the complete application, so we had 13. 13 pulled out for whatever reason, personal or whatever. So we had 10 people to consider. It was a process. It's not a process. It is a process that the state dictates. Not my best process. I think those 15 people should have considered getting on the primary ballot, and we have that process in place. That didn't happen, so we were forced into this process because a lot of people would like to know who they're voting for and why. So we took it up. The 3 of us did our interviews and came up with, we think, is by far the best candidate. So we're looking forward to completing this process, and I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
Thank you for Donna and Liz. It was a lot of time, and we did a lot of vetting. And
So one of the things that's intriguing is if, let's say, if the county judge position was open, then all 11 precinct chairs vote on that position. But this is a precinct position, so the 3 voting precincts.
by statute, if there was only 2 precinct chairs, the whole precincts, all the precincts in the county would have voted.
Okay,
But with 3 or more, it's just the precinct.
interesting. So, I think y'all have done a phenomenal job, and I commend y'all for doing the job. And it seems like it's a fair process and a balanced process, and groupthink is always good think. So
I'd like to wish Chris Olchak the best in his new position.
all right. Well, Chris, you want to come up and say anything? A few words? Man, a few words? First, by stating introduction of yourself and tell us who you are and what you.
My name is Chris Olchek, and I am, I guess I don't know what the term is, the candidate on the ballot for.
You will be the candidate on the ballot in November
Will be.
2026.
And I just want to say thank you to the executive committee. It was an enjoyable process. Usually interviews are not, but in this case, it was very enjoyable and it was very informative to that. And then I want to thank the Commissioners Court in advance, I guess, I was assuming I was going to go 4th or 5th rather than that, so I wrote something for after the fact.
Well, that's fine too. We can proceed. So first of all, do we have a motion to acknowledge the certificate of replacement on the Republican Party ballot for Precinct 2 Justice of the Peace?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, motion made by Precinct 3, second by Precinct 1 to acknowledge the certificate of replacement on the Republican Party ballot for Precinct 2 Justice of the Peace. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And what we didn't write in there is that name on that ballot is Chris Olchak. Now, number 5 is discuss and approve appointing Chris Olchak as the Lavaca County Justice of the Peace Precinct 2. Do I hear a motion?
I move we approve appointing Chris Olchak as Lavaca County Justice of the Peace, Precinct 2.
Okay. Second by Precinct 4. All right, motion from Precinct 1, second by Precinct 4 to approve appointing Chris Olchak as the Lavaca County Justice of the Peace Precinct 2. Now, before we make this motion, second and vote, we have this to say. We're going to have an executive session here at the end of this court proceeding with our attorney. Just because we appoint today doesn't mean we're going to swear him in today. We're going to swear him in when Chris is ready to be sworn in. So that could be a matter of weeks, months, but it's up to you.
I promise I won't make y'all wait that long.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to have an executive session with our JPs, with our county attorney as well to discuss what's happened in precinct 2, where are our files, and where are we in the transition of getting some of our assets and files back. But we got a motion on the floor from precinct 1, second by precinct 4 to appoint Chris Olchak. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I got a motion to approve motion for precinct 1, second by precinct 4 to approve appointing Chris Olchak as Lavaca County Justice of the Peace, precinct 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, now, Mr. Olchak.
Now I can speak and be
Yeah.
accurate, which I find,
Judge to be Olchak.
well, I find accuracy important just in general because I've heard some rumors running around that I've been appointed, and it's like, no, I've had to speak to half a dozen people indicating that there is a process and how it goes. But just to go on, to thank you for the executive committee, to the commissioner's court, and everyone who has the confidence in me to do the job. My focus is going to be serving the people of precinct 2 honestly and fairly, and everyone who comes to the court needs to be treated with dignity and respect. I know that I have a great deal to learn. I'm going to be leaning on some people, and I appreciate it in advance. Thank you very much. And then, most importantly, I want the people of precinct 2 to know that it's their office and that I intend to be accountable and worthy of the trust placed in me. And thank you very much.
We look forward to having you. I saw the list of names that you had. I think there was 50 names at one point, narrowed down to 1. And I do believe they picked the best one out of the 15. And so I commend you for sticking your name out there to doing this. It's a grueling process sometimes. Sometimes arrows fly, and nothing you had nothing to do with it. But
In this case, I didn't have anything, but I've had the arrows before, so
there you
it's
go.
okay.
All right. Now, your background, just a little bit about your background. You were superintendent at Moulton High School, Moulton ISD at one time.
Yes, I was a superintendent at Moulton ISD, and previously I was an assistant superintendent principal at several different districts across the state.
Okay. So we have a former Moulton superintendent here, this commissioner. So a logical progression would be, follow those lines.
I've been called lots of things.
I don't think I'm going to be following much farther than where I am now.
Gotcha. All right. Welcome aboard. And when you're ready to be sworn in, we'll talk about it. You'll come forward to make sure that we're all aware of when that day is, and we'll make sure that the court is aware when you're sworn in through documentation here. So.
I think I have some training to go to before I can be ready to go.
Okay. Well, like I said, I see some judges shaking their head. No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to?
No. But anyway,
We can get it done quick then.
when you're ready, we will swear you in and get you ready to go. And like I said, we'll notify the court of that process, when and where that takes place. So,
Okay.
all right.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all to the Republican Party as well. Job well done. All right, moving on. Item number 6, discuss and approve plan for collecting the district clerk's records management and preservation fee to fund the records management and preservation services for documents in the district clerk's office. We have that plan.
Yes, it is where y'all sit. It should
Oh,
be.
right there. There it is. Okay.
Yeah,
I
she
got
couldn't
it.
be here today because she's in court, but you do
Okay.
have
Do I
the.
hear a motion to approve the plan? The plan was delivered to our desk.
Yes, I move we approve the district clerk's record management preservation. Is that second?
All right, motion made by precinct 1, second by precinct 4 to approve the plan for collecting the district clerk's records management and preservation fee to fund the records management and preservation services for documents in the district clerk's office. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. That's the one document I didn't see. All right. Number 7, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Chris Grabarkovitz. That's found on page, precinct 3 on page 3. Aileen, do you have anything?
Yes, this is just a 56-acre tract. He's simply surveying a 2-acre tract out of that to gift deed to his daughter. That tract will have direct access to County Road 354.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4, to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Chris Grabarkovitz. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 8, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Mark Mitchell. It's found on page 7 through 10 out of precinct 2.
Yes, they are surveying a 5-acre tract out of a 30-acre tract with direct access to County Road 235, so it does meet the exemption requirements as well.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 4, to approve the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Mark Mitchell. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 9, discuss and approve second certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Janice Muir. That's also found in precinct 2 and found on page 11 through 19 of your packets.
Yes, so on February 10th of 2025, the court originally gave their first certificate of exemption to Janice Muir and her sister. That was originally a 99-acre tract. They divided it in half. Her tract is now a 42.31 acre tract. She now wants to come back and survey 18 acres out of that to gift deed to her son. So it still meets the exemption requirements. So that's why I put that this is a second exemption.
Okay,
I move we approve.
motion made from precinct 1,
Second.
second by precinct who? 3. Sorry, my hearing's. All right, I got a motion from precinct 1, seconded by precinct 3 to approve the second certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Janice Muir in precinct 2. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Number 10, discuss and approve certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Maryland and Prozdok Kovanets. I've got a motion to table, or precinct 2 has to table that.
Yes.
Okay, so, to hear a motion, another motion to table.
Make a motion to table.
Second.
Motion by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to table the certificate of exemption from subdivision requirements for Maryland and Prozdok Kovanets. Project, I never heard that project, Prazak. How do you pronounce it?
Say it again.
Number 10, Project,
Probably.
is that right? Okay, all right,
Oh, shit.
it's not,
Is an S.
there's not an E in it. We did a spell check, there was no E in it, Project. All right, so I had a motion from precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to table. All those in favor of tabling, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion has been tabled, that item has been tabled. Number 11, discuss and approve resolution appointing signatory to the Lavaca County Auditor for the Community Development Block Grant Program. That's found on page 20. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve the resolution appointing signatory to the Lavaca County Auditor, Sheila Vasquez, for the Community Development Block Grant Program. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 12, discuss and approve interlocal cooperation agreement for public transportation services contract between Golden Crescent Regional Planning Commission and the Community Connections of Lavaca County. I know Becky could not be here today, but we need to get this approved today. It's on page 21 to 23. Do you hear a motion?
Yes, I
heard one.
Second.
Motion made by precinct 1, second by precinct 3 to approve the interlocal cooperation agreement for public transportation services contract between Golden Crescent Regional Planning Commission and Community Connections of Lavaca County. I will say this, our funding is anticipated to go down from the state on this level and Becky does have money to cover it in her budget. She's got some local grant match to cover it, but we'll have to address this in coming years. But not this year. Okay, so motion from precinct one, second by precinct three. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Number 13, acknowledge the resignation of Blair Bloschke as deputy clerk from the Lavaca County Clerk's Office. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by precinct four, second by precinct three. All welcome, James. Wayne Fairclough, good to see you. Motion from precinct four, second by precinct three to approve the resignation of Blair Bloschke as deputy clerk from the Lavaca County Clerk's Office. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right, number 14, acknowledge the hiring of Sharon Marburger as deputy clerk in the county clerk's office effective August 24th, 2026. It's found on page 26. Do you hear a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Motion made by precinct one, second by precinct three, to acknowledge the hiring of Sharon Marburger as deputy clerk in the county clerk's office effective August 24th, 2026. Any other questions or comments? The one thing I will add is, we do not have to hire a fire to the court anymore. Some offices just want to run it through the court's records to be transparent, but that's why we're doing this. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 15, I think Mike Wick is on his way up to the podium. Discuss and approve replacing the Lavaca County Courthouse HVAC system and aging components. If you weren't here over the last 10 days, it was hot and humid in the courthouse.
It was actually great down in the basement because we're below grade, but we'll take this as well.
The
So
attorneys on the third floor said it was not so great.
correct.
On the third floor. So,
So I was asked to come up here and give you all just a brief of what kind of happened, what we're working on, and what we're moving towards. So ultimately, we had a main automatic logic board that failed. That was basically keeping the pumps and the chillers to shut down because it wasn't working. Neil and VCA basically switched that system into a manual mode, which basically allows the pumps and chillers to continue to run without shutting off and on. No harm to those. I have learned that the pumps, one of them is running at 80%. And another one is running 20%. So we are actually
That's 100.
that's 100%. We can't, if one does, the 20% does catastrophically fail, then eventually the other one still can handle the system. In the meantime, we're actually ordering 2 new pumps as well due to the fact that 15 years of age on this, almost 16, I believe.
I think 16 years of age on these equipment.
So that is in the works. Also, too, with the age of the system, we are going to be reaching out to several vendors on replacing the chillers. There's several issues with those outside as well, but that's ultimately the plan going forward. Chillers, right now, if we order today, take 6 months to a year to get here. So it does, we got to limp along while those are there. They're still operational, still being maintained, but yeah.
Timing was not perfect on this. We knew the one pump was failing, and so that was prior to at the start of the summer. But we thought we could get by the summer with the other pump, and it's so. Anyway, lots of going on, but the best time to work on the AC system is in the winter time, not right now here in August, but here we are. So.
Well, luckily last year we worked on the heater side, so we should be good on the heating side. So.
I will say this, that no offices were shut down during this closure. We all moved to the annex. Some of us moved to the annex. Some of us stubbornly stayed in the courthouse in the heat. But I made sure they were aware that they had the rights to move.
Correct.
Just a couple blocks on their way. But thank you to the clerk's office and elections office for accommodating our move. So, and we're on standby. We've made some adjustments to court operations. Right now, our policy is, okay, there's a district court proceeding upstairs today. So the annex courtroom will always be open during a district court hearing. So if we have to stop and move it over there, we will. So district court always comes first, takes precedence over anything else we do. We've had some courtroom jockeying to do, but so we've ordered a control board.
We have ordered a control board that's about 4 to 6 weeks out. We signed the POs on Friday. We should be getting that PO for the pumps sometime this week, I believe. That will take also 6 weeks to get in. So these pumps and boards are not just readily available. They have to, some be made. So, yeah.
So, anyway, lots of things. We had budget we could use this year or next year, but I mean, we couldn't wait. We have to order it. Some of this we probably won't have to make payment on it until after the new fiscal year. Either way, we're fine with that. Anyway, appreciate all your help. I appreciate everyone's help, time and patience for.
And I really appreciate Naleen and Neil. They were going beyond. They also put a lot of dehumidifiers in this courtroom to pull out the moisture that was creating. So preserving the courthouse as well. So a lot of time, a lot of effort to all of those. So,
And yet the court still continues. So
Correct.
we're still able to keep rolling. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate all your help. All right. I don't know if we need an approval, but let's do an approval because this is going to be more than what we just ordered. We ordered what we needed now. We needed 2 new pumps and a complete controls module. People don't understand this courthouse had no AC prior to 2010. They put this AC system in. It's a state-of-the-art AC system it's run by computers essentially. It determines where the airflow needs to be at whatever given time. But that computer module now that the control unit is 16 years old, and what they're telling us it needs to be replaced. So I think we've got about. Mike, did you have a amount on the purchases we made? It was 34,000 something on the. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're in the ballpark of about $70,000 is what we had to spend, which was well below our threshold of going out for bids. We have a local contractor that's in charge of. He's very knowledgeable on what he's doing. So we're in a pinch. We had to start ordering stuff. So that will be ordered. That will be replaced in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then we're going to get some estimates after that on the chillers. Those chillers are going to be probably in excess of 100,000 each. So then that will have to go up for bids on that. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve replacing the Lavaca County Courthouse HVAC system and aging components?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay. Motion made by precinct 4, second by precinct 3 to approve replacing the Lavaca County Courthouse HVAC system and aging components. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Good to see you, Mr. Faircloth. You walked in on the last item of the day.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. As I said before, we're going to move into consent now, and then after consent, we're going to have an executive session with our county attorney and probably some of us officials here in the room. I know the JPs are going to be in the room for that. We're going to do that exec session here, but there will be no decisions coming out of exec session. It's just the county attorney to brief us on where we are with the Attorney General's office and the Texas Rangers with the JP2 files and assets, and then we'll start to set a timeline of getting our new JPs sworn in. So that'll happen after consent. So with that said, do I hear a motion second and vote to approve the consent agenda as provided?
Also move.
Second.
I heard 2 and 3. Motion by precinct 2, second by precinct 3 to approve the consent agenda as provided. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passed. We approved our consent agenda. Our microphones will go off until we're out of consent.
I'm easy to please. I'm not.
Looking for trouble.
Okay. We are out of consent. We have your attention. We are out of consent. As I stated earlier, we're going to have a closed session here to discuss the process of getting our files and assets back for JP two. Do I hear a motion to enter into exec? Into closed session?
I'll make that motion to go into executive session.
Okay.
Second.
I heard two. Motion made by precinct 3, second by precinct 2 to move into closed session. That time is 9:54 a.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're now in closed session. I'm going to ask anyone from the Okay, we are out of closed session. The time that we ended closed session was 10:15. The only other final thing of the day is to go to item number 17, which is to announce the next meeting, which is Tuesday, September 15th, 9 a.m. That will be our budget hearing, our tax rate hearing as well on the 15th. I will say this, we do not have to have a tax hearing because we went to no new revenue, but I suggest we stay consistent and transparent and might as well have the hearing anyway. So that'll all take place on September 15th. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We hear a motion. Okay. Motion made by precinct 2, second by precinct 1 to adjourn. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned till September 15th, 9 a.m. Thank you.